What's going on, y'all? So listen, I finally got my good light back. Okay, look at that. Finally, when it got the right light bulb. All right, I am so happy. Anyway, so this is the halves and a half now. This is season 6, episode 27. That damn defibrillator. That's what it's called. Okay. Um, we start off where we left off last week. Let's just get these out the way. Okay, we're gonna go case by case. We got Hannah. All right. Hannah, she done stabbed old boy. They run around the house. He done finally ran out. The Candace and RK trying to figure out what the heck is going on, why they taking so long and what's happening. And he come running out with, first of all, Hannah runs out the house. Somebody, help me, help me. She run to the neighbor's door. The neighbor don't open up the door. Typical. Okay. And so therefore we see Malik runs out. They were like, oh my God, what the freak happened? Because when they seen Hannah come out, Hannah got all this blood on her shirt and everything, and she got blood on her hands, and they trying to figure out what's happening. Okay. And they like, what did he do to her? No, girl, he didn't do nothing. She did that to him because she did what you're supposed to do when somebody breaks into your home. You defend yourself, okay? And so he come running. They get him into the van, and next thing you know, they driving off or whatever. Hannah is still running around trying to figure out, get some help or whatever. Then Derek is in the back working on the building that he was supposed to be working on, the air conditioning unit, with somebody else who came over there to help him. And he was talking about something, you better be glad I was here to help save you and all this stuff and woody woo. Next thing you know, Derek was like, hold on, do you hear that? Do you hear that? And you hear Hannah in the background screaming, help me, help me. And he was like, oh man, that's Hannah. So he go running, and Hannah's like, somebody tried to break in. Somebody did this. Help me. Trying to calm him down and all that stuff. And, they take care of it, okay? Put her in the house. They call the cops. When they call the cops, um, not only did he call the cops, he called Catherine, okay? Now, see this scene. Catherine, of course, going to come down there for her homegirl or whatever. We hit this scene with, this probably was, I'm going to put these two together. When Catherine gets on the phone, she was in the bed asleep. Now, I'm wondering what the heck is Jim doing there in the bed next to her? Okay, I said, who is that, Catherine? Then he turned I said, that is Jim. Why is he sleeping in the same bed with her? Catherine did not know that he was in the bed with her until after he got off the phone. She got off the phone and he was like, what was that about? I said, why are you in this bed with her? She said, what are you doing here? We got 6 guest rooms, 6 freaking bedrooms up in here, and you decide to sleep up in here with me? Man, if you don't get on, and then his phone rings, okay? And Jeffrey is on the line calling, trying to get him to get a favor in to, because remember, Jim told him to put some guards on the door so that nobody can come in David's room while he's in the hospital and protect him or whatever. Now see, an event then already went down because freaking Veronica looked crazy, but she done came over there and came into the room. Mind you, Jeffrey had already went out talking to the nurse, Mr. Nurse, okay? Mr. Nurse want Jeffrey to be his patient, baby. I was sitting there like, all this flirting and stuff, because Jeffrey was first asking about some medicine for David, give him some pain medicine. He was like, yeah, we'll give it to him in about an hour or whatever. He was like, what's your name? My name is Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey, my name is so-and-so. Whatever you need, just let me know. I was like, look at this. Okay. Jeffrey, you gotta stop it with these white boys, all right? They giving you a lot of trouble right about now. Okay? But you know, he doing all that. Next thing you know, Jeffrey notices that somebody went into the room. And he asked, oh boy, did you see anybody go into that room? Because visiting hours was over. And he was like, no, I didn't see. So he run back in there and he see that it is no other than Veronica. Veronica is just staring down. This is my husband. I can be in here. Girl, what you gonna do? You gonna manhandle me, or you gonna girl handle me, I should say. You know what? Y'all ruined my life, okay? You couldn't do what you want to do. You walking around here acting like you just want penises and stuff like that. I said, Veronica, calm down, okay? Jeffrey said, if you don't get the hell up out of here, I'll mess you up. She said, what, you gonna stab me again? Stab me and see what happened, okay? See what happened. Next thing you know, she over on David. Get up, because she mad, according to her, that David done chose this whore over him, over her. Okay, you done around with me with a whore, all right? And, she's dead to high heavens, and I hope she's up in there burning in hell, okay? David, wake up. Wake up. You hear me. You hear me. Wake up. Next thing you know, Jeffrey's trying to get her off of him and telling her to stop and all this mess. Next thing you know, it's not working. He goes and he grabs the defibrillator. Clear. I said, what in the is going on? Okay? What is going on? Girl, Shata, when she fell, Veronica fell so daintily, okay? Veronica fell just like a lady. She probably had her legs crossed and everything. We just didn't see it. But when Veronica fell out like this and made sure that her hand was holding on to her wig. She fell out like this. I said, is that a smirk still on her face? I was just over here cracking up. Next thing you know, we get Benny on the phone talking to Mitch. Mitch is trying to tell him to, ask him where he's at. He's telling him he's at the Artesian Hotel, okay? And he was like, you need to watch your back. I need you to go and get a room because the family didn't put some dudes out to try to come take you out because they think that you was the one who, tried to kill Uncle Vincent. And that wasn't the case. And so he was like, well, dang. It is some dudes that's been standing over here that's kind of looking at me or whatever. And he was like, well, why don't you go over there and ask them, is any one of them named Ken? So he go over there, and he was like, well, he ain't go over there. He turned around. He was like, is anyone of y'all named Ken? And then it was like, no. Okay. And so he told Mitch, and he was like, all right, I just need you to get somewhere safe, okay? So he's sitting in the hotel just waiting on, Candace to come through. He calling Candace and not getting no response right away. So moving on from that, he just going to sit there for a little bit while longer. Baby, I wouldn't have sat there. I would have known that's my sister, that something ain't right. Meanwhile, Veronica wakes up in the hospital and they trying to figure out what the heck happened. And she talking about her son did it. Her son hit me with the damn defibrillator, the title of the episode. And I want to press charges, okay? Call the cops. Call the cops. Mind you, the nurse came in there to Jeffrey when Jeffrey was up there talking to David. He had woke up and he said he heard everything what happened. I don't want you to be like me. I don't want you to be like your mother, so evil, so hateful, or whatever. He was like, I would never be like her. I'm like you, Dad. And it was like, that's your mother. You could have killed her. He said, so what? So what? Okay. And so it was like, no, you take your butt in there and you go apologize to your mother. I said, David, you are a good man because it would not be me. Okay. It would have never been me. All right. That lady done tried to kill you at least 2-3 times. And you still have this moral compass and compassion in your heart. And it's just, you a good man because it just wouldn't have been me. But she telling them to call the cops. The nurse coming there trying to check on David, give him the medicine. David didn't really want the medicine, but he had already administered it to him. And he was telling Jeffrey, so did you do that to your mama or whatever? Because she's saying that you hit her with the defibrillator. And she was like, I sure did. I shot her ass. And he said, what? You can't tell me this because then I'm going to have to be forced to call the cops. He said, I don't care at this point. Call the cops. Do whatever you got to do. And so the nurse is trying to have his back. And I said, nurse just wants to ride that back, okay? That's what's going on with that. The doctor is just so confused about everything that's going on. Then we go back to Mitch and them. Mitch trying to figure out what's happening with the hit. Did y'all get in contact with them? Did you tell them to stop? All right. And they's like, okay, nobody's answering. You know how this thing go. Once you put things out, you go through a guy to put stuff out. And that's what it is. And he trying to convince him to allow Benny to take the money that he got loaned from Vincent to bring it back. And dude said, we don't do that. But if he can bring it back plus the interest, he was like, he don't have money. That's why he had to borrow it. He's not going to buy the truck and he wants to give it back. It was like, that's not how we work things out here, okay? That's not how we do it, and that's not how it's going to be done, okay? So if he wants to give the money back, he can give that money back with the interest, okay? And at this point, he started talking about how, you really like this black. I said, what? The blacks. You like the blacks. And he was like, he's a good man. I never met a good man that was black. A black good man. I said, what the... He was like, you need to get out more because it's a whole bunch of them. And he just kept going back and forth with him until Mitch just he was tired. And he said, you know what? I'm going to talk to Mama Rose and see what she going to say about this, okay? And he was like, I don't care. Let her give you the rules. It's going to be the same thing. And so at that point, he had also made known to Mitch that they got somebody that's going to be in the jail with Wyatt, the person who actually tried to kill Vincent, and take him out. So I was like, hey, y'all got somebody already in there. Come to find out, when the cops were supposed to be over there at Hannah's house, a cop was out there. And it's this guy that's in this black suit, just standing there, Italian guy, whatever, big guy with a Sandy Brown or salt and pepper beard and everything. Then Justin pulls up for backup. Dude was like, "Oh, they bring you. You the only one they could have bring of all people." I said, "So don't nobody like Justin now?" Okay. And so he was like, "You want my help or you want me to just leave him here?" It was like, okay, he just won't move. So he go over there, he talking to him, yo, you need to come, put your hands behind your head and all this stuff. Next thing you know, oh boy, knocks Justin out. Justin then he get on his knees. Okay, he get on his knees and then Justin pushes him in his face and then he puts him in the cop car. Okay, next thing you know, we see Justin taking him to the jail cell, and the jail cell that they put him in is with Wyatt Cryer. What we saw on the preview for next week, we saw old boy take that razor or whatever it was from under his tongue, and he's the one that they're going to put in the jail to try to take Wyatt out. Wyatt still is in this jail cell crying about needing some drugs. Justin, like, you got somebody in the cell with you now, I can't give you anything. Tough took it, okay? And I'm just like, boy, Justin, leave that boy alone, okay? Quit playing with him. He already in a messed up state. I mean, granted, you don't care. You like these mind games. Why you keep on telling him? Why you keep on doing this? Because you think I want Jeffrey? I don't want Jeffrey. It is what it is with him, okay? Just give me some drugs, And he said, no, tough took it. I can't do it. So at this point, Hannah, we see her not walking, but sitting down with, well, let me just get off of this because this episode really was all together. Candace. Candace and RK drove the freaking van out into what looks like the middle of nowhere's land. And when they get to the destination that they needed to go to, Candace gets out and they was like, do Malik got any people, any family or whatever that looking for him that will be, concerned about him? RK said, he got a baby mama, but, she said, do they know about me? RK said, no, but they probably know about me because they had to go through me to get to him and all this stuff. But either way, they went back there to check and see if he had anything in his pocket, and he had a wad of cash. Mind you, this is the cash that he stole from Benny. That's Benny money that technically isn't his money, but that's the money that Benny been trying to give back, okay? Benny trying to give that money back, and now y'all done got the money, and so they then got out the freaking van, and Candace done ripped the end of her skirt. She done put it in the gas tank and she done lit the thing so that the van can get on fire. Malik's still in the car. Baby, I was waiting for Malik to just pop up out that car walking like he was on some Jason the 13 type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so after that, they talking. RK want to know, you gonna split and give me some of that money? She took the money. But this is the type of power that Candace got because RK being the man could have clearly overpowered her and took the money and then did whatever he wanted to do with her, meaning like kill her or whatever, beat her up or whatever, and just said, I'm finna run this stuff my own. But that's the type of power that's, she got, I guess, over them, that a fear, and most likely. And in a sense, I think RK really does respects her though, okay, because he probably knew on many occasions that he could have been, did what he had to do with her. Moving on from that, she was basically saying she needs to get out of town and because there's too much death that's following her and she just needs to do away with all this stuff. I said, yeah, you need to get your life together. That's what you really do. You need to get your life together. And back at Hannah's house, the cops is over there. talking to her, asking questions. She said, the reason why he came in through the window, okay, the back window. And, we're going to come back in the morning, get some more evidence. Don't go into the kitchen and all this stuff. Do you know why he was here? No, I don't. But he kept on mentioning that my daughter owed him some money or something like that. Do you have her phone number? You know where she stay at? No, but I have a number. Here you go. All this stuff, yada, yada, yada. Okay, move on. The cop said, make sure you keep this door locked. We'll be back in the morning. Okay, fine. Baby, this moment right here, Hannah got her a man, okay? A man that's willing to sit there with her, cry with her, and cry for her. I said that was a powerful scene. But he was doing a little bit too much at one point for me. But she was sitting there, she was like, I ain't never been this afraid till the last for a long time when that first thing happened to me. And he was like, what you talking about? She said, when I was 18 I got attacked, I was raped. We heard that story, we know what happened about that. And so he was like, once Hannah said rape, baby, the floodgates started coming from Derek. And I was just sitting here like, he called me off guard. I was like, oh, you better feel that. He was like, you ain't have to go through that. That's messed up. I was sitting here like, dang, Derek. mm, Hannah, you got you a man. Now, see, it's kind of confusing to me. Like, something I need to know before I can really say, Hannah, you better get your man. Before I can fully say that, I need to know some more history about Derek because he's just coming off a little bit too goody two shoe for me. We already know he probably was a felon of some sort to be in cahoots with Veronica. And as we saw on the preview for next week, Catherine is going to tell him, you need to stay away from Veronica, okay? Putting him up on game about what the mess she is, okay? And next thing you know, they sitting there, they're just talking, and then Hannah started talking about how, we should, I think Derek said we should pray for Candace or something, and it was like, no, God told me to stop praying for her. I said, wait a minute, that right there took me aback. I paused, I said, what? God told me to stop praying for her. And I said, And she said, ever since I stopped, a whole bunch of stuff just been happening, like bad stuff. And I said, do you really think God told you to stop praying? I don't think God will tell you to. I don't think that, but okay. And he said, why don't we just pray for her right now? Why don't we just lift our heads in prayer, bow our heads in prayer? And he started praying, and he started crying. And I mean, he was crying like his soul was hurt. And I'm sitting here like, you just took all the attention off of Hannah and put it on yourself, sir. Because she had to cradle him to stop him. I said, what? It is something going on in that backstory that we don't know yet. And I need to get to the bottom of it because Derek was feeling that a little bit too much, okay? But at that moment, Catherine came over and trying to see what was going on. And, Hannah talked about something. She'll pay for the window. Catherine said, girl, please. Okay. And, at this point, Derek had went outside to go call Benny. Benny. Hello? Hey, mama, like, listen. I know I'm finna come back with the car. Yo, Benny, this ain't your mama. Who is this? This Derek. What you doing with her phone? Your mama is in the room. She just sitting down. Why you on her phone? I said, boy, if you don't be quiet and let him talk and tell you what's going on, quit interrupting. Basically told him that it was a burglary, and before he can get it all the way out that he was going to be on his way home, Benny then hung up the phone. So Benny gets up to leave the hotel, and those two guys that were sitting at the bar, they get up and leave the hotel too. Okay? And so at that point, they up in the parking lot and they not even making it even that trying to hack the fact that they following him because they're so close. And it's only just so happened only be Benny in the parking lot with them too. And they attack him. Benny was trying to put up his own, hold his own for the most part. I say he did a good job for going against two dudes, two bigger dudes, okay? And they was beating him up and he was giving them punches back. And I guess he was kind of getting the upper hand to the point where one of them had to pull out a gun and start shooting at him. I said, boy, Candace done got y'all all messed up. Candace got y'all messed up. Mitch and Wyatt done got y'all all messed up. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Now, see, I blame Mitch for this whole thing. Mitch and that other boy. The one that was there when Benny came into that iron bone bar or whatever. Because he saw that it was a black boy, and they don't like black people, and so therefore we're going to automatically say that it was him, even though you didn't see nor hear anything that happened. Okay, that's one. And then Mitch did not vouch for him right away. Mitch, it took for him to find proof and to prove that, you know, he didn't do it, and then for Vincent to tell him that he didn't do it, for them to go ahead and to believe that Benny wasn't the one that did it. Okay, because he was on their side believing that it was Benny. Okay, and he could have put a stop to this when it first started. Yeah, I blame them. But anyway, that was the Has and the Have Nots. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.